Why don't we begin today on our backs? Feel free to bend your legs, rest them in or rest them out if any of that would feel good to you, or just have them straight. You can have the arms resting out away from the body with the palms up in a nice open receptive posture. Or perhaps you'd like to place your hands on your belly and your chest just to direct the breath more fully into the whole lungs. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, please do so. And start to notice your breathing. You might find that as soon as you pay attention to your breath, it automatically moves from being unconscious to deliberate. And that's fine. We can start to actively breathe, taking the breath down into the bottom of the lungs, filling up the belly, then filling up the ribs, and then all the way up to the chest. Feeling the slow movement of the breath as it flows through the body. And then letting the body relax with the exhale. And then if your knees are bent, straighten your legs. Reach the arms overhead. As you inhale, reach long from the fingers to the heels. As you exhale, relax, let your body shrink back to the starting point. And stretching long on the in-breath. Really using the stretch to make even more space for the breath and feeling the breath coming in longer, maybe fuller. And then seeing how that full breath also helps you to stretch a little longer, or maybe a little wider or deeper. One more. And then we'll take the left foot and cross it over the right ankle. And then move the head and the upper body over to the right. And take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Right hand grabs left wrist. And then breathe nice and wide and deep, and maybe noticing how that same full breath feels and appears differently in the body when the body's in this crescent moon shape. Maybe noticing how the breath feels on the left side compared to the right. And then bring your head and upper body back to center. Release your arms, release your legs. Feel the breath in the whole body. And then cross the right foot over the left ankle. Lift your head and upper body and move it over to the left. And take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull. And then try for a nice deep breath and just see where it goes, how it feels. What parts of the body might you be able to bring a little more breath into? And release the wrist, bring your head and upper body back to center, uncross your legs, return your arms down by your side. Take a few integrating breaths. And then lift your legs and bring each knee to their respective hand. So placing the hands on the knees. And then circle the knees around so that they are mirroring each other. You're not bringing both in the same direction, but in opposite directions. Stay in your steady, slow breath, moving with the breath. And then circle the other way. Come back to center. Circle the feet around the ankles. Good. Staying with the rhythm of your breath, even when the movement is not rhythmic. It's almost like the breath is the background bass line and the movement is the melody track. But they still go together. And then circle the other way. And relax the feet and just let the knees open out wide, letting the arms rest either just on the inside of the knees or maybe below. Depends on whether you feel like you can release the legs most easily if you're supporting from underneath or if you're giving weight from above. Then imagine that the breath is going deep down into the pelvis and even into this stretch at the hips. Let yourself relax with each exhale. Release the hands, bring the feet down, rest the knees in against each other. Okay, and then move the feet even wider apart, letting the knees separate, keeping the knees bent, placing the feet about as wide as they'll go. So if the knees are apart and the feet are as wide as they'll go with the knees still bent. Take hold of opposite elbows, and then we're going to drop the knees to the right and the elbows to the left and the head to the right. And then inhale, center. Exhale, knees and head left, elbow right. Inhale, center. Going at your own pace, exhaling as you release. The next time the knees come to the right, leave them there. Release the hands. And just lift your head a minute to see if your leg is in fact coming straight down from the hip. So you don't want it further in or further out, just straight down from the hip, the knee. And then also have the foot straight out from the knee. So you're creating a nice right angle. And we'll let that left knee release down toward the ground. And then you can sideways flex your left foot. In other words, aim the outer edge of your left foot toward your left knee. And then if you wish, you can add that right foot on top of the left leg. And then we'll bring the left arm overhead. And continue those nice, long, deep breaths, stretching long, relaxing on the exhale. And bring the left arm back down. If the right foot is on the left knee, leave it there. If not, you'll bring it there in a moment as we lift that left leg and place the foot on the ground. So left leg is bent with the foot on the ground, the right ankle above the knee. And then we'll lift the left leg, clasp the hands behind the back of the thigh, and flex both feet. Bring the head down and pull the chin toward the throat. Feel the breath filling into the body, expanding and relaxing. And on the relaxation, with the exhale, press the left foot toward the right foot, keeping the feet flexed. Keeping the breath deep and slow. Feeling the breath in your body. Release the hands. Bring the left foot down. Bring the right foot down. And then take the feet as wide as they'll go with the knees still bent. And then drop the knees to the left. And lift your head a moment, checking that the knee is straight down from the hip and the ankle straight out from the knee. And then let that right knee release down. And we'll sideways flex that right foot, aiming the outer edge of the foot toward the knee. If you want to add the left foot on top of the right knee, go ahead. And we'll all reach the right arm up overhead and reach long. And breathe in. And relax as you breathe out. Filling as much space in your body as you can with each breath. And then we'll lift that left knee. If the foot is on there, leave it there. If it's not, bring it there. And then lift the left foot. Sorry, I'm saying left, but I mean right. Lift the right foot and then clasp the hands behind the back of the right leg and flex both feet. Head is down, chin pulls in, the neck is long. The breath flows in all the way. And then as you exhale, relax and press the right foot toward the left foot. And then release the hands, right foot down, left foot down. Maybe rest the knees against each other again. Taking a couple of integrating breaths. Separate the knees if they're together. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock lengthwise on your spine. Kicking the feet for some momentum. Tucking the chin. And then we'll rock and balance on our sit bones. You can either bring the hands behind the backs of the legs and pull toward you to lift your chest and roll your shoulders down. You can straighten the legs. You can let go of the hands. You can even bring them up if you want to work harder. But don't do anything that will cause you to sink your chest and round your back. So keep lifting through your heart. Breathing in and out. And release the legs down. Bring the hands to the ground. Point and flex the feet. And then hold the flex position. Have the heels slightly wider than the toes so that the outer edges of the feet are parallel to each other. Pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones. Inhale and reach the arms up. Press the thighs down. Exhale, reach forward through your chest. Pull in your belly. Relax your arms. Then drop your head. Push down into the backs of your thighs and inhale and try to get longer through your spine. Exhale, draw the belly in, relax the elbows down. Keep the feet actively flexed and the backs of the legs pressing down. Take hold of opposite elbows and then reach over to the right, using that right hand to pull the left elbow, using your leg strength to ground you into that left buttock, pushing down. And then take it over to the left side, using the left hand to pull the right elbow longer, pressing down with the thighs and grounding into the sit bones. And come back to center. Release the hands, slowly roll yourself up, reaching up with an in-breath and down with an out-breath. Staying with the rhythm of your breath as you flip over your feet onto hands and knees. Lining hands or fists under shoulders, knees under hips. As we inhale, we'll curl the tailbone up, dip the belly down, carry that breath all the way up into the chest as we look up, and then exhale, starting by curling the tailbone down and rippling all the way to the head, lifting the belly. And then just continuing at your own pace, exploring the full length of each breath and moving with the rhythm. And back to neutral spine, please. And step the left foot out to the side. Walk the hands in, roll yourself up. Inhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, come down to the left and let that left hand slide down the left leg. The right arm reaches overhead. Turn your gaze up and to the right. Maybe closing the eyes and really feeling the breath finding its way into this shape. Maybe sliding the arm down a little more when you exhale. On an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the right hand to the right heel. If you don't reach, curl your toes under, see if that helps. If you still don't reach, just bring your hand to your hip, that's fine. And then let your head drop back, let your arm drop back. And for those of you who are flexible and want that option, you can complete the circle by bringing the left hand back and finding that right foot with the left hand as well. If you're using both hands, lift the left one up again, and then lift the body up, bringing the hands to the ground off to the right. Swing that left leg around in front, and then let the hips drop down. And then start to bend the elbows and see if you can come all the way down, maybe onto the elbows. Maybe if you're low enough, you can stack your fists and rest your forehead. And press down into the left big toe. Breathe into the stretch. If you're on your elbows, come back onto hands, and then bring one hand on either side of that left foot. So I'm going to demonstrate this simple lunge. If you want to do one of the other variations, you know them, feel free. So for this simple lunge, the knee is over the heel or the ankle, and we let the hips release down. We look up. The stretch goes from that right knee up through the leg, up through the hip flexor and the psoas and the belly, and all the way up the body, all the way up to the top of the head. The more you aim your tailbone forward for that left heel, the deeper the stretch. Okay, now bring the left arm in, plant the hands, and then we're just going to lift that left knee onto the back of the arm and take the foot off the ground. Those of you who like to work harder, you can curl the back toes under and bring the back knee off the ground as well. Step the left leg back, bring the knees down, walk the hands in, Step the right foot out to the side, level with the left knee. Roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm reaches over. Roll your gaze up. Maybe take the awareness inward even more by closing the eyes. Feel the breath stretching open the side body. On an inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bring your left hand back to your left heel, curling the toes under to lift the heel if you need that, or just bringing the hand to the hip, and then leaning back, lift the chest, drop the head back, reach the right arm back. And again, you have the option of taking it deeper by bringing the right hand back to the heel. If the right hand is at the heel, lift it up. Bring both hands down in front and off to the left. And step the right foot up. Bend the knee and drop the hips down. And then bend the elbows. If you can come down onto the elbows, you might be able to stack your fists and rest your forehead. Press into your right big toe. Come onto your hands if you're not already, lifting yourself up, and then bring one hand to either side of that front foot. Hips are down, and if you want to do any of the other versions of lunge, feel free. And lift your gaze. Breathe up to your heart. Tailbone aiming for the back of the right foot. Good. And we'll bring that right arm inside, plant the hand, and then try to lift the right foot so that the knee is resting on the back of the arm. And again, you're welcome to also curl the back toes under and lift the back knee if you like. Step that right foot back, bring the knees down, and come into child's pose. If your forehead doesn't reach the ground, please stack hands or fists so that you support your head. And if not, the arms fold on either side of the body. And you let the arms and shoulders melt over the legs. Relax the hands. Feeling the breath. Extend the arms out overhead. Lift the buttocks off the heels. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lift the knees. Press the thighs back. Drop the chest. Drop the head. Roll the shoulders down the back. And then shift weight from your hands to your feet. Inhaling, pushing forward into the hands, setting the hips back. Exhale, pressing the heels down. Walk the hands back to the feet. Step the feet wider apart. Bring the hands onto the hips, elbows to the sky, and lift yourself up. Stand with the arms out to the side, coming into a 5-pointed star. And then just feeling the breath moving from the center out to the feet, to the hands, to the head. And then coming back to the center as you relax and exhale. So it's almost like you can feel the whole body inflating and deflating. Good. And then inhale, reach the left arm out to the left and bring the arm down without touching the leg. Bring the right arm up and continue that same 5-pointed star kind of breath. And when you exhale and relax, sink down. Left hand is just hanging free. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach to the right. Send the right arm down, let it hang. Send the left arm up, palm facing away, gazing up. Big breath, expanding outward and contracting inward. Inhale up. Exhale, hands clasped behind your back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the arms, take a breath in. Exhale and fold forward. Lifting the arms. Lifting the belly as you exhale. Bring the hands back to the hips, elbows facing up. Lift your head, get the body parallel to the ground, and then lift all the way back up. Step the legs together. Release the arms. Close the eyes. Feel the breath. Step the right foot a little bit out to the side and feel the weight sinking down heavily into the left foot as you line the body up over the left foot. Take the arms out again. Inhale. Take your gaze initially in front of you, and then it's going to go over to the right. We're going to lift that right leg and hinge down to the left side. Expanding and contracting that same deep five-pointed star breath. And release down, come back up, relax the arms. Breathing slowly. Step the left foot out a little bit, letting the weight come really heavily into the right foot, lining up the body over the foot. Inhaling the arms out to the side, finding a gaze point in front of you, and then as we tilt, the gaze will move to the left naturally. Lifting that left leg, tilting as far down to the right as you can. Trying to recreate the star rotated to the right. And release the leg down. Release the arm down. Breathe. Roll the shoulders. And relax the shoulders down. Feel the breath in the whole body. Then shift your weight into your left foot again. Open the eyes. Rest your gaze on the spot in front of you. And then bring the right knee into the chest, clasping the hands below the knee, pulling in and up, lifting the chest and rolling the shoulders down, and reaching tall through the crown of the head, pressing down into the left leg. Pull the belly in and down, releasing the lower back. And release the leg. Close the eyes. Feel the heaviness in that left foot and let it shift into the right foot. Feeling your breath without losing the breath. Open the eyes. Can you keep your gaze very strong, but your eyes very soft? And then lift the left knee, clasp it under, pull it in and up. Use that to kind of pull the shoulders back and lift the chest. Really straighten the right leg, pushing down through the foot, lifting tall through the crown of the head, and then pull the belly in and down. And release. Just stand for a moment. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, flat back, straight legs. Swan dive down. Let your head drop. Clasp your hands behind the back of your head, bringing the elbows toward your thighs. As you inhale, press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. As you exhale, stop pressing your head back. Inhale, resist. Exhale, relax. Release the hands, bend the knees, bringing the hands to the ground, lowering the buttocks all the way to the ground. Have the feet on the floor in front of you. Take the arms outside the legs. Lift your toes and wrap your hands around the tops of your feet. So if you can bring your wrists all the way to your toes and then bring the palms flush against the feet, that's great. If you can just barely grab on to the toes with the fingertips, that's great. The idea is just to go to your furthest capacity. Good. Let the head drop down. Breathe into the back body and then start to press the toes down toward the floor. And then release the feet. Slide the hands up to the knees. Tuck the chin and slowly release down onto your back. Once you get to the back, have the knees bent. And those of you who are more flexible, you can straighten the left leg. If you have the left leg straight, you're going to scoot your hips over to the right. If both knees are bent, then you're fine as you are. We'll have the arms come out to the side and drop either both knees or just that right knee over to the ground, to the left side. Lift your head, roll it to the right, and bring it back down. Relax down into that left hip. Relax the legs. Deepen the breath so that it moves from the bottom of the twist to the top. And then come back to center. If you're using the straight leg version, that right leg goes straight and the hips scoot over to the left. If not, both knees bent, and drop one knee or both knees over to the right side. Lift your head, turn it to the left, lower it back down, and sink down into that outer right hip. Breathe all the way up to that left shoulder and relax the shoulder down. And then come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift your forehead to your knees. Exhale all the air out. Hold the air out for as long as you can. When you need to inhale again, release your head back down. Bring the feet to the ground. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, lower back down. Release your legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now. And then we'll let the arms rest out away from the body. Let the feet come to rest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the air out through the mouth, sinking the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, letting the lips slightly part. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind, letting go of thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow, letting go of images, letting go of everything except the feeling of the breath. Let your awareness find your breath. Pay so much attention to the breath that that's all that's in your mind. And even let the breath go so that your mind is filled with an effortless breath. Nothing to do. Letting the breath breathe for you. Letting the body relax deeply. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll over onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your mind in the feeling of now and everything that it brings. Sounds, smells, sensations, thoughts, feelings. Just be awake to all of it. And then slowly press yourself up to any comfortable seated position, sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.